out that speed lead or the main source of damage, the Mo Long. But the Bulwark is going to be really scary against this Masher. We've seen how well Bulwark can do against Masher in the past.
Here we go. Guts the Berserk opting in with that speed lead with the Vanessa and Sinep with the HP lead from Shizuka. This is a best out of 5. First turn, very fast Bulwark with the 4 stacks, but it is enough for the Merlong to reckless assault. Tessarion follows after that Bulwark. What is Tessa going to do?
That is such a fast Tessarion. It means that he's able to put Oblivion on the Masher before Masher gets a turn. Because, of course, Masher is usually Nemesis these days rather than Will. And this is a tricky situation for Sinep because Oblivion has landed at the second attempt.
Whoa, huge plays from Guts the Berserk. Yeah, Merlong taking out that Shizuka out of this match with that reckless assault. Masha dealing some damage into Vanessa early on, but not enough. Changpeng goes for the strip, lands the glancing and the defense break on the Merlong. Here we go. Masha skill 1 into Vanessa, does very little damage. Bulwark, 1 stack. Not going to be doing too much right now. Goes for the heal on the Annabelle. Oh, Vanessa dismantling that Masha.
Whilst I do like Guts' draft a lot from the start, it was really unfortunate for Sinep just now that his Annabelle actually only landed 1 defense break out of 4 on the Mo Long. If Annabelle had managed to land a defense break on the Vanessa, it would have been much closer a match. But it is not over yet. Annabelle has a really loaded kit, and she can definitely take this match back potentially if that Vanessa goes down, because there's no one to bring stats to the Bulwark at the moment apart from himself actually.
This Tessarion with the additional turn, she had the glancing, not doing too much damage on that Masha. Masha putting in some damage into the Vanessa. Vanessa not looking too healthy. Vanessa taking out that Masha with the skill 1, proccing her passive into Changpeng. Changpeng has that defense break, not looking too good for Changpeng. Procs out of the defense break, goes for serious matter, takes out Vanessa and Merlong. Wow, this is a huge play.
Wow, that was a huge proc from Changpeng. And as I said before, the Annabelle is really doing so much for Sinep. Did you notice also how his dismounted Masher survived multiple procs from the Tessarion? That is a really tanky Masher. Masher doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but he's been able to survive for long enough to take attention away from the Annabelle, because the Annabelle is the unit that can really take this match by the scruff of its neck.
There we go. Annabelle goes with the skill 1 into Bulwark with that defense break, fell into sleeping. Bulwark continues to heal with 1 stack from that Annabelle. Tessarion fails to land Oblivion on the Annabelle. Resistance from the Annabelle. Bulwark with the heal again. Tessarion.
It is still 2v1, of course. It's definitely not yet decided right now that Annabelle is going to have to land some defense breaks. And at the same time, if this Tessarion lands a couple of crits on the Annabelle, things definitely change.
There we go, Bulwark again with a very tiny heal with 1 stack. Annabelle lands the sleep on Tessarion. We know Tessa can take a few hits with that ancient power passive, but here we go. It's anyone's game at the moment. Annabelle with a skill 3 defense break landed on the Tessarion. We know it's a 3-turn defense break. She cannot proc out of it. Tessarion does not proc out of that defense break. Still 1 turn there.
Oh, I feel like Sinep might have made a misplay there in going for the skill 3 rather than the heal, because the Tessarion has made Annabelle very unhealthy right now, and just 1 or 2 more crits could be a game changer. Is Annabelle going to be able to get another Girls Prayer heal off before she gets taken out?
Oh, here we go. Guts the Berserk Tessarion taking out that Annabelle just locked in. Bulwark, as Boss has just mentioned. The bans are in. Praha gets the ban. She-Her gets the ban. Lead skills are in. Guts Berserk with the 33 speed lead. Sinep with the 24 speed lead from Tomoe. Here we are, guys. Hold on to your seats because this match is just beginning right now. Annabelle, wow, so fast, takes the first turn.
Wow, interestingly, both Annabelle and Vanessa off will for Guts the Berserk. I wonder what offsets they're on, because this means that the Hearn can actually put Oblivion on the Vanessa very early on. I'm really looking forward to seeing this Tomoe and Shizuka combo in action once again, though.
Valantis managing to get rid of all the shield sets on Guts Berserk's side, provoking a couple of units, stunning, glancing, landed on most of the units. Tomoe missing the stun on that Vanessa.
That was a really important provoke on Annabelle. He'll be hoping that Annabelle does not sleep the Valantis on her turn and actually take the turn anyway. But now we're going to get to see the Shizuka and Tomoe combo.
There we go, all things in nature, and then Shizuka spreads it all around, gets attack bar, dealing some damage onto that Masha. Valantis follows up. Looks like a unit is out of this match. No, it looked like Upper Masha was out. Bene with a B transfer now, skill 1 into Masha.
That was beautiful to see, but this Annabelle is still on the field, and Annabelle might get the chance to heal the team back up. The Sinep will be looking to take out this Vanessa and the Masha as quickly as he can, whilst he is still able to get some control and take some turns.
There we go, that Masha was taken out of the field, activating Vanessa's passive. Annabelle goes for the heal and the cleanse. Bulwark, 5 stack, heal, takes it off Shizuka. Shizuka not looking too healthy right now.
I'm not sure about that target selection from Sinep. He had the chance to actually take out the Vanessa before the Masha, whilst the Masha was stunned. Anyway, he chose not to, and now things are looking really good for Guts the Berserk, because Sinep is a little bit low on damage right now.
There we go, Vanessa taking out that Shizuka. Valentis failing to stun that Annabelle, stuns the Masha in return. Bolvar goes with a little bit of damage onto the Tomoe.
I wonder if he's going to put Oblivion on the Masha or the Vanessa. Of course, Tomoe can actually spread the Oblivion on all of the units when she has the chance.
Here we go. Annabelle managing to sleep that Tomoe, gets an additional turn, gets the heal and the cleanse on Guts Berserk's side, dealing skill 1 damage from Bolvar onto that Herne. Valentis landing some dots onto Guts the Berserk's team.
I do feel like in this match overall, Hearn has brought not very much, and in fact, this Sinip is just really low on damage. If Hearn was replaced by a unit that actually does good damage, something like a Miles potentially, or maybe a Belio even, then that might be a little bit of a different match. Unfortunately, it's not the case, and once this Tomoe goes down, I'm not sure how Sinip is going to get the match back. Volantis does do solid damage, but it's just not been enough so far.
Here we go, Tomoe. Karma is available. Skill 3 is available. Goes for the skill 3 spread. Gets that full attack bar. And then lands the Karma onto the Masha.
Indeed, I think at the moment, Vanessa has the Oblivion on, so Masha is... Oh, Masha just does come up anyway, because that's not Oblivion. I think that is... Oh, I'm not... That is quite an interesting interaction, actually, that Vanessa has Oblivion, and yet... Oh, I believe Vanessa is not weak to Oblivion, actually, because it is a skill, not a passive, or whatever it is return. So, actually, Hearn has done almost nothing for Sinip in this match.
There we go. Tomoe failing to strip that Masha with the immunity. Bolvar goes for a little bit of heal from the Herne, but anything small is beneficial for Guts the Berserk. Annabelle goes for the heal again. Lands the 3-turn defense break on Sinip's side. Sinip not looking too healthy right now. Herne lands the defense break. 3-turn on Vanessa. And Tomoe trying to survive by an inch. Bolvar takes her out.
I do feel like, Killer, that Guts the Berserk has taken away the Annabelle from Sinip and used Sinip's most fearsome tool against him and used her to devastating effect, because Annabelle brings that cleanse, the AoE defense break, and the slow that really counters what Sinip has brought to the table excellently. And yeah, there's just nothing Sinip.
With a Ken, does this indicate that he might leave Leo in?
Well, it certainly does, because Leo is an excellent counter, or rather Ken is an excellent counter to Leo, as we saw Shizuka demonstrate last weekend. I do wonder if Guts the Berserk is going to be thinking, oh, okay, the Ken is now a must ban, or going to leave him in, or ban out the Dominic or the Riley instead.
Whoa, the Dominic gets the ban, and the Shizuka gets the ban. Both players are about to lock in their leader skills. We got Leo with the defense for Wind, and the speed lead for Tableau on Sinip's side.
Defense for lead rather than the resistant lead. Really interesting. Guts the Berserk really wants his Leo to survive all of these Ken attacks.
There we go. Leo, where will you direct your damage? Ken, oh, just standing there looking ready to pounce. Here we go. Riley with the attack. Oh, Riley cuts in. She's a very, very fast Riley.
She's very fast, but I'm interested in why Ken does not actually have immunity on. It doesn't really matter anymore. He didn't have Auras. That could have been quite dangerous if the Masha and Tesaro had moved before the Ken, but the Riley has had a really lucky proc there.
Oh, Nasha failing to strip and land the defense break on that Masha. Tableau takes a turn, stunning that Leo, gets an additional turn. What will he be doing? Will he reset the attack bars? No, goes for the skill 1 onto the Tessarian.
This is a really big question. Is he going to focus down the Leo? But now that Tableau has actually landed defense break on the Tessarian, I'm sure the Tessarian will be the focus from Ken. How much damage does this Ken actually have? Is it a Rage Ken? Is it a Despair Ken? Is it a Violent Ken?
I am very curious to see if this Ken move. Masha almost taking out that Tableau, but failing to do so. Ken dealing some serious damage, taking out that Tessarian. Oh my god, landing the strips right now. Masha taking out that Tableau, gets an additional turn into the Ken. Ken dealing some damage into the Leo.
Oh, this is really exciting to see. I think you'll want to be taking that Leo out now so that Nasha can do a lot more damage than he was previously. But Bolverk is going to do some serious healing for the team as well as damage, because the Riley feeds the Bolverk so many stacks in one go.
There we go, fast link into the Ken. Ken taking some serious damage, even without that defense break, because he had immunity. Riley looking to support their team on Sinip's side, getting some heals with that skill 1. Nasha.
Sinip is going to have to be careful not to put the Leo into torrent range, and I think that's why he put some damage on the Masha instead of the Leo. But at the same time, this Ken is almost gone. It was a very tanky Ken. It took a lot of hits from the Masha, but now I feel like Sinip just does not have the damage to take out any of these units because of how hard Leo counters the Nasha.
Oh, the Nasha landing some serious damage and defense break on that Leo. Leo getting a huge heal from that Bolvark. Masha with the fast link again. Lands the defense break onto the Nasha. Nasha not looking too healthy right now. Riley goes with the skill 1 heal. Bolvark goes for the strip. Manages to strip that speed buff, which does nothing. Masha with the fast... Oh, Nasha's out of the match. Looks like a clean sweep for Guts the Berserk. 3-0 and progresses to the...
Which is potentially a likely ban. And on Velipity's side, I think the Oberon would be a good ban, or the Molong, both good bans, or just the Tableau to stop him taking a million turns, because Tableau actually synergizes really well with that Miles that Velipity has just picked up.
Yes, Velippity picking up Miles for the last pick. The bans are in. The speed leads both get the ban. The Tableau and the Vanessa are both banned out from this match. Velippity, Raxas, best out of 5. Who will take that first set? We got the Dominic with the HP lead and the Oberon with the attack lead, which is a 44% attack lead.
Velipity really wants the damage. He chose for the attack lead instead of the HP lead. Quite an interesting choice. Probably not what I would have done, but it's going to bring the damage. Is he going to be able to take out one of these units before they move? Most likely.
Miles failing to stun that Dominic. Praha cutting, goes for the strip, manages to strip that shield and will and landing dots on 3 of the 4 enemy units. Merlong, Dragon's Dance onto Raxas's team. Additional turn from that Merlong from Velipity's side.
This is incredible. We've actually seen a lot of violent rather than vampire Molongs today, and that proc was a huge moment for Velipity. And 2 units have been deleted. I think it's all over.
Wow, Velippity with the reckless assault taking out that Dominic. Oberon going with that one shot taking out Verad. Shizuka bringing Verad to give Verad a turn. Goes for the freeze, lands the freeze. 3 out of 4 unit. Shizuka, all things in nature. Will you use it?
There is a small chance for Raxas to make his way back, but I probably would have saved all things in nature and for maybe a turn later in order for maximum efficiency. But at the same time, yes, there is possible. If this Molong goes down, if this Oberon is somewhat squishy, which I think he is because he did so much damage, I will be made to eat my words. And I think that actually this is nowhere near over yet. This Masher is not going to do very much damage. It's all on the Miles, I feel, because Miles can do really consistent damage, especially with so many buffs on the field that Shizuka has brought from her all things in nature.
There we go, Shizuka bringing that Verad again. Verad skill 2 is available. Goes for it, stuns that Miles. Miles is not taking too much turns being stunned most of the time. Marsha with the fast link goes into Shizuka. Shizuka resists the defense break. Praha putting in some serious damage into that Light Fairy King. Fairy King hanging it to life. He's out of this match.
Yeah, this is looking awfully close, but Raxas is now taking the advantage. Thinking back to what happened earlier when Velipity took out 2 units straight away, I do wonder if the Dominic was the right choice. If he'd taken out instead the Shizuka and the Verad, then the Verad's absolute 0 would not have been available. I do think Verad has had a huge impact on this match despite not being alive anymore because Shizuka has been able to use Verad's skills anyway. So instead, if he'd chosen to just take out those 2 units, I don't think the Dominic and Praha would necessarily have had quite the same solo potential as the Shizuka had been able and Praha combo has been able to bring for Raxas.
Honestly, boss, what a match has this been? Looks like Praha and Shizuka soloing 4 units on their own. The Praha with the support and the heals, and the Shizuka with the buffs. So here we go. Spin, grab shot from Miles, failing to strip that Shizuka. Verad is back again at it. Freezing that Marsha and the Miles. Miles, additional turn, procs out of freeze.
Absolutely, and those cooldowns on the Verad are so low, and that means to Shizuka, whenever she uses Past Life spell, Verad is able to freeze the opposite team. It's just incredible to see. Shizuka has shown what an absolutely incredible unit she is today.
There we go, Dominic comes out to play and takes out that Miles. What a comeback from Raxas, taking that first point from Velippity. Both players taking a few seconds to lock in their bans.
I wonder if he feels the Carnal or the Rika more. Both are good bans, but this Nasha is going to probably cut in between Raxas's team and take a turn. Let's hope that she doesn't proc too much and do too much damage for Velipity if you are Raxas.
Here we are, guys. Set number 2, Raxas versus Velippity. Merlong gets that first turn on Raxas's side, goes for the Dragon's Dance, manages to strip the Nasha and the Wusa, but fails to stun any of them. Changpang goes for the strip, lands the defense break on the Wusa. Oh, Oliver, Mega Impulse Gun onto the Wusa, pushing back attack by Ulu.
This is incredibly unfortunate for Raxas. He's failed the strip on the Rika twice now. Molong didn't strip, Changpeng didn't strip, so he's gonna just have to take out the Rika just like that. And now Changpeng is gonna use Serious Matter, and the game is looking very heavily in favor of Raxas.
Yes, that Serious Matter pushing back those attack bars once again after Tableau not doing it not long ago. There we go. Nasha dealing some damage. Merlong, skill 1. Will he go for the defense break on the Nasha? He does. Misses the defense break. Changpeng, skill 1 pushback on the Dominic. Fails to push back. Wusa with the sleep. Fails to sleep. Mega Impulse. Oh, Impulse Gun coming from Oliver into that Dominic. Oh, huge stun. Huge triple stun.
Wow, incredible scenes here today. Raxas has really taken advantage of the fact that Velipity let him use the first turn. I'm honestly surprised that Velipity's pivoted to the Wusa and the Carnal. It's a very strange move for a player would be so aggressive against, you know, he was facing another player that was going to be aggressive. But to be honest, if I were Velipity, I would fight fire with fire. He's chosen to fight fire with, I mean, I don't know. Fire is an excellent unit to ban to make sure that Raxas takes those first turns because Raxas has 2 speed leads. Velipity is probably going to have to ban out that Changpeng, otherwise none of his units will get any turns with their cooldown skills. The question is Raxas just going to be able to take him out with raw damage? I think that might be possible.
Shizuka and Changpeng get the ban. They were both players waiting until the last second to lock those in. Villipini goes with a HP lead with a Verad. Raxas picks the Tableau speed lead, which is a 24 speed lead. Here we are, guys. Match point for Raxas to the EU Cup, and Villipini looking for a comeback. Praha gets that first turn, manages to strip 3 out of 4 units. Oh, Praha, additional turn. That's a very fast Praha. Goes for the damage onto the Asima. More follows up, goes for the stun and the strip. And oh, Asima not looking too good right now.
Indeed, that was quite interesting that the Praha moved before the Maw. I feel like if the Maw moved first, then Praha could have just used her Daydream skill. In the end, it didn't really matter anyway because Praha procced. But still, this Jemaya, if he does manage to get out of sleep, he can refresh the cooldowns. This Shizuka being banned, I think, was a good choice because if she had been able to get a chance to move and stay on the field, she could have done what we saw in match 1 by using those cooldowns, the Shizuka Varad combo or the Shizuka Asima combo. We're not going to be able to see that today. And as long as this Jemaya gets kept in check, then, well, I think that Praxis is going to take this match.
Wow, Jemaya going for that damage from the skill 2. More. Oh, almost taking that Verad. That Verad is taken out by Praha. Skill 1. Dominic. Improvisation. Weakness shot. Taking out that Jemaya. It looks like clean sweep from Raxas. He has 2 points to 0. Merlong. Dragon's Dance. Reckless Assault. Or...
Yeah, Raxas is a bit of a king right now in this match. Villipiti was the king a couple of years ago, but it looks like the king has been defeated. And we have a new ruler over this. There's a little bit of mind games involved right now. Glorious, though, he is probably going to take that first turn unless he bans out Escher.
There we go. The Douglas and the Maw get the bans. The leader skills will be locked in. Shizuka for Glorious's side. And Chitang Deshang with 41% resistant leader skill locked in. Here we go, guys. Main course number 3. Glorious versus Yuensw. Who takes that first turn? That Wumsa takes the first turn. Goes for the strip and gets the strip. Escher cuts in with that attack bar boost. Oh my god, Changpeng, serious matter. Cuts in as well. Here we go. Shan with the stun. Lands it on 3 out of 4 units.
Wow, what an exciting match so far, Killer. Both players having very, very fast units in the Wuensa and Escher. Wuensa having slightly superior base speed and therefore taking the first turn. And now we're about to see just how much damage the Shan has. The answer?
Yep.
A lot.
We saw that Squall deleting a unit. Gonski is out of this match very quickly from the beginning of the match. Here we go. Shizuka, all things in nature, landing all those debuffs on Yuensw's side. Shizuka gets another turn, lands the damage onto that Juno. Just a skill 1 onto that Juno. He's working on reducing that Juno's HP, but will she take a turn and heal? Additional turn for the Changpeng.
You know what? The fact that Escher has the skill 1 heal block is really working in Glorious's favor because all things in nature is able to put that heal block on Escher. He's chosen to go for the Chitang Dasheng first, of course, because Chitang Dasheng has not used a skill 3 yet. But Juno is going to get to heal up the Chitang Dasheng.
There we go, Juno turning all those buffs into debuffs, landing all those doors. Chitang Dasheng do what Chitang Dasheng does. AoE sleep. Oh, here we go, Juno with the skill 1 onto that Wunsa. Escher getting that heal. Chitang Dasheng, skill 1 onto Wunsa, failing to stun it. Serious matter. I mean, Changpeng rocking out and going, for serious matter.
Wow, Glorious has very little damage left on the field. Chitang Dasheng bringing that slow and attack bar reduction along with Escher's speed buff means that Yuensw is taking so many turns already this match. This Chitang Dasheng is doing a huge amount of work for Yuensw. And it looks like the Juno, I was going to say that actually the Juno is still on the field anyway, and the Glorious's units that he has, we're going to struggle to take down that Juno even if he'd managed to take out the Chitang Dasheng. That's not going to matter anyway, and Yuensw is going to wrap it this way.
Yuensw takes that first set out of a best out of 5 match. Sierra as his final pick. Yuensw responding with the Juno.
I feel like if Yuensw bans out the Wuensa, then that he is in a really good position because Glorious is really lacking in strippers right now. Yuensw has plenty of them, can really control Glorious in this match.
As predicted, Wunsa gets the ban, the Maw gets the ban, we got the speed lead, and the, I believe it was the HP lead on Yuensw's side picked. Escher takes first turn, Juno follows up, goes for the strip, manages to strip one of the unit, which is the Shan. Cigar follows up, provokes the Shizuka, the Shan, stuns the Shan, Masha misses a turn due to a stun. Yuensw, doing some serious work right now into Glorious's team.
Honestly, I'm not sure how Glorious is going to come back from this, as I predicted. Yuensw brought out that first turn with Escher, the strip, the speed buff from Escher, the slow debuff from Karnal, and he's just taking so many turns. Of course, Cigar complementing his draft very, very nicely indeed. I feel like Glorious's pick of the Ciara was an issue because if he'd picked a stripper or something else that enabled him to take first turn, or maybe even a unit that counters Yuensw's draft really hard, like a Douglas. In fact, Douglas would have been an excellent forced ban instead of the Ciara.
There we go. We see Masha putting in some damage into that Juno, failing to kill her. Shan goes for the stun, lands the stun on all 4 units. Shizuka about to take a turn. Will she revive a unit or will she... Yep, revives the Sierra. Sierra with the bomb. Goes onto the Cardinal. Sierra's out of this match. Masha takes out the Juno. Oh, Shan with the squall. Where will he direct his damage? He goes into Cigar, almost taking that Cigar out, gets an additional turn. Wow, that's huge plays right there.
Well, that was a huge comeback from Glorious. Oh my goodness. You know what? Never say never when Masha and Shan are still on the field because they are so impactful. Masha brings, well, both of these units bring so much damage and the ability to come back, as you have seen. yuensw had the control, he had the turn, but he had nowhere near the amount of damage as that Glorious is able to bring. He wasn't able to take out Glorious's units in the AoE stripper that also brings that interesting debuff. No, we're not going to get to see him.
There we go. Both Outmasters get the band, the Hey Gang, and the Moonwalk. Here we go. Moonwalk. yuensw with the speed lead. Glorious with the Wunsa lead. Here we go. We're looking to get the advantage point. Who will it be out of these two players? Ooh, Wunsa first turn again with no speed lead.
Of course, Wunsa's base speed is just incredible, but Moore does cut and can make some impact.
There we go. Masha with the fast link. Where will the damage be directed? Will it be the Chitang Deshang or will it be the Kano or Oliver? He goes into the Kano, fails to land the defense break. That could be crucial. Wunsa follows up after that Masha on Glorious's side.
It is quite unfortunate for Glorious that his Shan got stunned and the Masha missed the defense break. yuensw is probably looking quite threatening because the Chitang Deshan has his skills, the Kano still has his skills as well, and the Oliver also has things.
Here we go. Oliver with the impulse gun into that Masha. Right with the skill 1. Going into Masha, dealing some damage to her. Masha, skill 1. Goes into the Kano, lands the slow on the Kano. Chitang Deshang doing Chitang Deshang things. Oh, actually, no, he only stunned the Shan. Mega impulse gun onto Wunsa, pushing back the attack bar. Impulse gun into Changpang, failing to push back the attack bar. Kano with the slows.
Well, you know what, Killer? The huge difference between this match and the previous one is that yuensw has been able to control the Shan because Shan was super impactful in the previous match, and this time round he's not been able to have a chance to use his skill free to stun the enemy and give his team the attack buff, which of course synergizes really nicely with Masha. But if he gets a violent proc, things could still be very different.
There we go, more with that rolling spike, dismounting Masha, and then later on hitting some damage into that Shan. Wunsa with skill 1, failing to sleep that Chitang Deshang. Oh, Masha with the skill 1. We know that skill 1 can do a lot of damage. Goes into Chitang Deshang. Oh, fails to take him out. Shan is out of this match. More with the skill 1. Attack break lands on the Masha.
I feel like Glorious has not had too much luck in this match. There were times in which if Glorious got an additional turn, if he got proc, then things could change a lot. But I don't think this dismounted Masha is going to turn the tide.
Whoa, Chitang Deshang putting everyone to sleep. More with that rolling spike, dealing some serious damage. Not looking too favorable for Glorious right now. Chitang Deshang. Oh, I thought he took out the Wunsa. Kano taking out that Wunsa. yuensw 2-1. Still not over.
Just ban that out.
There we go, Glorious with the Molly and the Annabelle for the 4th and 5th pick. yuensw bringing out that Cigar for his final unit. The bans?
I feel like a Cigar or Oliver will be a good ban for Glorious. For yuensw, anything could be a good ban. I personally probably would have banned out the Molly or the Annabelle rather than the Smasher.
The Masha and the Cigar get the ban. Glorious goes with the attack leader skill with the Changpang this time around. Here we go, guys. Match point for yuensw. Comeback for Glorious. More taking that first turn skill 1 into Annabelle. Attack break. Juno follows up, failing to strip that Changpang. Kano follows up. Rain of Fire. Landing the stun onto that Molly.
That was a crucial miss from yuensw. He didn't manage to strip the immunity off the Changpang. Changpang is going to get to do Serious Matter, always skill 2 into Serious Matter. And of course, this is... Molly is just going to keep on moving and moving out, and Tianlang is going to bring the defense break. Defense break, Annabelle still on the field. I'm really liking the situation that Glorious is in so far.
There we go, lands that defense break on Oliver and gets his additional turn. Oliver not looking too healthy right now. There is no sustain on the yuensw's side. Tianlang taking the turn, dealing some serious damage into that Oliver. More with attack break on Annabelle. Annabelle has attack break.
Yep, Annabelle has attack break, but it doesn't matter too much because Molly has a cleanse herself. Annabelle also has a cleanse. They both have sustain. yuensw is really low on sustain right now, apart from a little bit of Juno heal. I just can't see how yuensw is going to be able to do enough damage to get through this Molly. I think it'll be ruined the fact that he didn't actually ban out that Molly.
There we go, Changpang taking out that more right away with skill 1. Juno goes for the AoE, manages to stun the Annabelle, but does not matter because Annabelle procs out of stun, which was the only unit that was stunned. Tianlang, here we go. Some damage into Kano. Kano with a little low HP right now.
Yeah, indeed. And of course, this Annabelle was still there. All of Glorious's units looking quite healthy. And in the end, it was just not enough damage from yuensw to do anything against the sustain that Glorious was bringing.
Units get the ban. The leader skill for yuensw is resistance, and Glorious with the speed lead.
I'm really not sure about that Chongpeng pick, given that yuensw has a Masha and a Juno on the field. Feel like that Chongpeng will probably get taken out quite quickly, but he needed a stripper. Maybe he didn't have any other strippers available to him.
Changpeng managing to strip that Q-Tang Deshang. Here we go. Shan gets the stun on the Q-Tang Deshang. She goes with some damage into Masha. She also gets stripped out. Oliver with a Mega Impulse gun. Where will the damage be directed?
This is going to be an interesting call. Does he reset the Juno so that she can't strip the Shiho?
He does not. He directs it into the Masha, pushes Masha back a little bit. Masha takes a turn into Oliver. Oliver, Impulse gun. Again, he's going to direct the damage into the Q-Tang Deshang, pushing back his attack by a little bit. Shihu follows up with an AoE from his skill 2, failing to stun any of the units.
I feel like that Flores made a mistake to reset the Masha rather than the Cigar or the Q-Tang Deshang, because the Cigar and Q-Tang Deshang have way more impact with their skills available. He's focusing down the Masha too hard, I feel, but at the end of the day, this match could still go either way.
There we go. That Masha is dismounted. Serious matter from Changpeng. Doing some serious work. They're pushing back the attack bar. Changpeng gets an additional turn. Skill 1 into Q-Tang Deshang. Masha with some serious damage into Oliver. Oliver surviving by an inch. Here we go. Shan with only skill 1 available. Goes into Q-Tang Deshang. Fails to land the top.
Oh my goodness, the fact that Changpeng stayed alive for long enough to use Serious Matter to push back those attack bars, increase the cooltime, was really important. And the procs are just going both ways now. This is incredibly exciting stuff, Killer.
That was a huge proc by that Shihu. He does the AoE damage, manages to stun any of the units. Juno stunning that Shan. This is anyone's game at the moment. Juno taking another turn. Skill 1 taking out that Oliver. Masha is dismounted, doing some serious damage into that Shihu. Shihu is the last one alive. Here we go. Looks like yuensw is taking this match with a 3-2. Wow, what a match, guys.
yuensw
Riley to keep Ismo's team alive. I'm not sure about this wedge jack that Shen's just picked up. He's going to take the first turn, but what is he actually going to do? There's no damage almost from Shen's side.
Yes, Shen picking up that wedge for that final unit. Bans are about to come in any moment now.
I think Ismo might want to think about banning out that Xingzhou the Wind Monkey, potentially being the main source of damage from Shen. Shen is going to be scared of potentially all of these units from Ismo. Everything is a really strong pick.
As predicted, Shen's Wind Monkey gets banned. The Riley gets banned as well. Ismo goes with the HP lead from the Dominic and the HP leads for Shen's side. Here we go, guys. This is our last match for the day, but it is a best out of 5 unit. Winner moves to the last spot in the Europe Cup. Who will it be? We got that segment with the first turn. Will she land the reset on one of the units on Ismo's team?
Well, Shen has 2 chances to reset with both the segment and the cigar, but there's only really the Molong that's worth resetting, to be honest. And this Juno, when she gets to move, she's going to be so impactful in this match because she gets to strip all of those buffs, and any debuffs that Shen brings will not do very much.
There we go, that Cigar doing some resetting on that Molong, also provoking him at the same time, dealing a defense break onto Molong. Shizuka, your turn.
It's actually a little bit unfortunate for Shen that the Scar's taking that additional turn so that there's no defense buff and anti-crit buff up anymore. Shizuka's going to have to protect him as she does because the Scar will probably be one of the first focuses of damage for Ismo.
Here we go, Dominic with the improvisation weakness shot, doing some serious damage into that Cigar, bringing him way below, just below halfway HP. Segment with lots of debuffs on Ismo's team, but looks like Shizuka is about to take a turn.
I think if I were Shen, I would definitely hold off on Shizuka's Steel 3 because I'm pretty sure that Juno still has their strip available. If Juno uses the strip right now, then Shizuka can come back and use her skill 3.
Juno with a skill 1 into that Cigar. Cigar goes into the Dominic, provoking that Dominic. Masha, skill 1 into Cigar. Cigar taking some hits. Segment, here we go.
Segment can actually reset the Juno. I think this could be a good time to do that in order to make sure the Juno doesn't have any strips available and so that Shizuka can then use her All Things in Nature.
There we go. Dominic with the provoke, taking out that Cigar. He had no choice. But Cigar was taken out and he is back because he had the revive.
Well, he's chosen to use All Things in Nature at a point where he does have schools available and the Cigar can actually reset the cooltimes, which is really, really smart from Shen.
There we go. Segment skill 1 taking out that Dominic. Masha, fast link. Where will the damage be? It's directed. Goes into the Cigar. Cigar was taken out, but he is back. This Shizuka doing a lot of overtime today.
Well, the Dominate might be down, but this match is certainly not over because we know how much damage the Masha can do. It's all up to this Juno. Is she going to land the strips she needs to land? If she does, there's going to be a lot of dots.
Here we go, Molong failing to land that defense break. Cigar with the defense break with the skill 2 lands the defense break. Molong looking provoked right now. Shizuka skill 1 into Molong. Juno takes a turn. Oh, manages to stun the Cigar. Masha with the fast link.
Well, actually, in Juno didn't really need to use the strip because Shen's units took so many turns, and that was down to Cigar resetting the attack bars earlier. And Wedjet, we know actually Wedjet's passive gives his team extra attack bar based on the number of buffs they have on the field. That is perhaps not super well known because Wedjet doesn't get picked too much. He also heals the team based on debuffs. Wedjet actually brings some interesting stuff to the table that Shen is taking advantage of right now.
That was a huge resistance from Masha before with the segment, but segment has another turn to reset that Masha. Masha has been reset. Immunity has been taken off her. Juno with the skill 1 into that Cigar. Melong follows up, takes out that Cigar. Shizuka, here we go.
Interesting choice from Juno not to do the strip and turn those buffs into dots. She's still saving it for Shizuka's skills. Shizuka so impactful, bringing back that Cigar in order to reset the Molong. Don't think the Molong is ever going to use anything apart from skill 1 in this match.
There we go, Wedget putting in some damage into that Masha. Oh, segment landing a defense break, a heal block, and a glancing on the Masha. Juno with the skill 1 onto Wedget, managing to stun him. Shizuka failing to strip that Masha with that skill 1. Segment goes for the strip, manages to strip the will off Masha, but not dismounting her. She survives by an inch.
I feel like Ismo should go for the segment instead of the Shizuka. I'm not sure about that target selection. You can save that Shizuka until last because it's much easier to do damage to the segment first.
Here we go. Segment dismounting that Masha. Masha has been dismounted. What does Shizuka do? Skill 1 into the Masha. Melong returns the favor, lands skill 1 and defense break into the segment. Masha taking out that segment. This match has turned around. Ismo looking very favorable right now. Shizuka, it is your turn. All things in nature. Or will you go with skill? Oh, he gives up. Ismo taking that first set in the... Like you said, yes, fixed damage. Miles comes out to play as the final unit from Ismo's side. There we go. This is the draft against each other. What will the bans be?
I think the Molong might be a good ban because that's a Shen source of burst damage. I think on Ismo's side, there's a lot of scary things, but you might just want to ban out the speed lead potentially.
Here we go. Melon gets the ban. Praha gets the ban. Shen versus Ismo. Leader skills are in. Ismo with the speed lead. And Shen with the defense lead. 44% could benefit the Armel in this match.
It could benefit Artemil, but it doesn't stop the Miles because the Miles' fixed damage is ignore defense. So let's just see how much damage Miles does.
There we go. Miles takes the first turn. Where will the damage be directed? He goes into the Cigar. Resistance from the Cigar gets an additional turn.
That was really, really unfortunate for Ismo. He really needed that strip in order for Oliver to reset the Cigar. Now Cigar is going to be able to reset one of Ismo's units. That was really, really huge. Is Ismo going to be able to make a comeback from this situation? Because once Wusa puts up the immunity, it's going to be difficult for Ismo to get through all of that protection.
There we go. Marshall with that fast link available. Where would the damage be directed? Goes into that Juno. Juno, oh my god. The HP from Juno dropping way below 50%. Oliver with that Mega Impulse Gun on Artemil, putting his attack bar back down to 0. Shizuka with all things in nature. Oh, lands the debuff and the stun onto the Artemil. Wusa puts up that shield on Will onto Shen's side.
Interesting time to use all things in nature. I think it kind of makes sense because Juno can strip and turn those buffs into dots. So better to use it whilst there are not as many buffs rather than to wait for Wusa to bring out that shield buff as well. Now it's going to be all about if Juno manages to strip these buffs, is Miles going to be able to take some extra turns and how long this Masher is going to stay on the field.
There we go. Cigar managing to provoke that Shizuka. Juno with the strip. Goes for the strip, succeeds and lands the debuffs. Oliver gets stunned, but doesn't matter because he procs out of stun with the skill 1 onto Juno. Cigar, here we go.
Miles is going to be a really important unit in this match because at the moment Shen has a lot of buffs. Miles is going to get some extra speed and he's going to do quite a nice bit of damage. The question is how long will he survive for because Ismo doesn't actually have much sustain on the field.
There we go. Miles that puts that damage into Juno. Masha follows up, puts more damage into Juno. Juno's still surviving. Juno dismantling that Masha. Gets another turn with that skill 1. Where would the damage be? He puts it into Masha. Masha dismounted below 50% HP. Oliver, Mega Impulse Gun onto the Cigar. Cigar has been reset and pushed back.
It's a very tanky Juno, but I think that this Miles is going to be able to take her out on the next turn. The Cigar is now the real threat to the Miles because the Cigar can really keep him locked down. If this Wusa actually manages to get reset by Oliver, as we are seeing now, though, Ismo could really start to turn the screw.
There we go. Masha dismounted, but still plenty of punch left. Where will the damage be directed? It looks like it might be going into Cigar. Here we go. Masha into Cigar. Artemil revenges, but fails to stun her. Oliver.
I think Oliver is going to have to be careful to make sure that he keeps the Wusa in check so he doesn't get the shield back up. This Miles though will actually benefit from Oliver getting the shield. Does he want to actually focus this Cigar down first?
There we go. Miles with that.
This Miles though will actually benefit from Oliver getting the shield. Does he want to actually focus this cigar down first?
There we go. Miles with that spin grab shot into the cigar, doing some serious damage.
Indeed, that is a really nice choice to put the soul protection on Mash survive a little bit longer. But let's not forget, Artemal has a strip on his skill 1. If Artemal manages to put that Masher, or if Masher manages to proc, then this Shizuka skill will have been wasted. And indeed it is.
There we go. Marsha gets stripped! That's huge! Soul Protect gets stripped and she is taken out of this match from the counter attack from that Artemal. That is massive. Miles with the spin grab shot into Cigar. Cigar surviving by an inch. Wusa takes a turn, puts up the shield and immunity up.
I think things are looking very good for Shen. As Miles goes down, he doesn't have his Artemal counter anymore, and he has so much sustain with the Wusa and the Artemal. I do feel like there was some slight skill selections that could have been modified on Ismo's side. The completely wasted soul protection on the Masher was definitely one of them. He could have used it to reduce his own cooldowns instead.
Here we go. He chose to bring back Marsha to hit into a water unit. Here we go. Oliver with the impulse gun, resetting that Wusa's attack bar. Artemal with the heal or the skill 1. Goes with the skill 1 into Oliver, dealing some serious damage. Oliver with a mega impulse gun, pushing back that Wusa's attack bar, increased cooldown. Gets another turn, but the Artemal revenges and stuns him.
Indeed, Killer, another strange skill selection from Ismo, but it is not over yet. I do think, yeah, if he used that skill 2 on herself or on Oliver, it might have been a potential better choice. But he keeps choosing to revive this Masher for some reason. Yeah,
fire into water, Masha into Wusa. Not doing too good for that Masha, actually. Wusa surviving because he's getting hit by fire. Shizuka, skill 1 into the Wusa, manages to strip that defense buff. Mega impulse gun into the Wusa, takes him out. Artemal returns the favor and deals some damage into the Oliver. Oliver trying to reset that Artemal's heal. Mega impulse gun into the Artemal, increases the cooldown. Are we going to see a comeback?
This is a very, very close match indeed. It's all about whether Oliver manages to crit Artemal or not. He'll want to not crit Artemal, to be fair, because Artemal will revenge and potentially take out Oliver. I do think Ismo has really ruined this Oliver to counter Shen by putting him on 15% crit rate, minimal or close to that, because he has not crit very much and Artemal isn't revenging. This is a really good tech for Shen's units because Shen also has the Ragdoll as well that suffers against crit rate.
Final unit and the bands are about to come out. What are we expecting, boss?
Well, Bolverk is an excellent counter pick to Riley, so he might want to take that away if he doesn't want to, if he's expecting to keep the Riley on the field.
Yeah, the Bolverk gets the ban. Tsarion makes it through. Dominic gets the ban. Here we go, guys. Match point for Ismo. This is our final match for the day. It is a best out of 5. There's still a chance for a comeback for Shen. Here we go. Segment, first turn. Will he manage to reset a unit or steal some immunity?
Well, the Molong is the only reset that really makes a huge amount of sense. So with the Molong gone, Ismo is actually not representing very much damage. It was a really good ban from Shen to take out the Dominic, because if Shen doesn't have much damage, if you just let the Dominic just keep on taking turns, he's going to destroy you.
There we go. Praha putting Shen's team to sleep. Segment and the Wind Monkey King are both asleep. Molong putting in some damage into that ability.
I think that Tsarion is going to be really impactful in this match, especially with the speed buff and the attack buff from Riley and Praha. Tsarion is going to do a huge amount of damage. If he puts the Oblivion on Nana and takes a proc, he might be able to take out the Wind Monkey rather quickly.
And there we go. Abilio dealing his damage into the Praha. Tsarion about to take a turn. Where will the damage be directed? No! Massive damage on that. Abilio manages to land a crit.
That was so much damage on Abelio. Really fortunate to both crit and land the Oblivion, and Ismo is looking in a really, really good spot right now.
Yeah, the Tsarion's triple crush was very serious. Monkey stuns the Tsarion. Nana goes for the defense break, manages to land 3 out of the 4 units with the defense break. That is kind of huge. Nana gets additional turn. Where will the skill 1 be directed? Directed into Tsarion.
Let's see if this Praha manages to move ahead of Abelio and take him out.
No, Abelio cuts in, gets the heal, goes damage into Praha. Praha's got a defense break, so that was almost taking that Praha out. Praha revenges, gets that attack bar boost, but she's not looking too healthy right now.
Wow, that was a huge amount of damage for Shen with that defense break on the Praha into the wild blow from Abelio, and he's giving him Nana an extra stack, and things are looking very much good for Shen right now.
Yeah, segment skill 1 taking out that Praha. She was on the brink of death. Riley with the skill 1 heal, damage into the Wind Monkey King. Segment goes with the debuffs on the enemy team. Ismo not looking too good right now with all those debuffs on his side.
I do wonder if Ismo should have thought about picking up a unit that deals better with all of the water picks from Shen rather than the Tsarion. Whilst Tsarion does well to put Oblivion on Nana and on Abelio, he doesn't able to bring the damage unless he gets really lucky like he did at the start of the match. And now things in the long run are starting to look not so rosy for Ismo.
The resistance from that Tsarion when the segment tried to reset her. Reset that triple crush. Here we go. Abilia with the skill 1. Will he be able to stun one of these units on ISMO's sides? He manages to stun that Tessa. Tessa misses a turn. Merlong with a reckless assault available, but doesn't matter because Nana still got the Salt Harvest stack over there. Oh, does not manage to kill that Wind Monkey King.
This is a really crucial moment right now because if Tisarian or ISMO rather get some nice procs, he can take out one of Shen's units. It's going to be vital to put the Oblivion on Nana and then take out some of Shen's units while he can. But he's going to need some seriously good luck in order to pull that off.
Oh, it doesn't look too good. That Riley getting out of this match. Here we go. ISMO. Oh, wow. Fang Yang, final pick. The bans, boss. What are we going to see? Oh, Oliver and Merlon get the bans. All right. Shen versus ISMO. It is a match point for ISMO. They both go with the HP leader skill.
Yeah, both really tanky teams this time. No speed lead from ISMO. Both really sensible bans, speed lead, and main source of damage being taken out on either side. I can't really tell which way this is going to go.
Here we go. Sekhmet going for the reset, possibly on the Shizuka or stealing the immunity from the Masha. Oh, resistance from the Masha. Juno follows up on Shen's side with the Juno. Will she go for the strip or the attack bar and damage from skill 1?
Not sure if there's any need to strip because Shen doesn't have any units that follow up on the Juno. I was really surprised about the fact that he went for the Masha as well. I guess he just wants to take out this Masha as quickly as possible, but he could have actually reset either the Praha or the Shizuka instead.
ISMO going for that AoE sleep on Shen's side. Shen's whole team is asleep right now. Shizuka putting a Soul Protect onto the Praha. Masha dealing some serious damage into the Juno. Juno revenges, gets some attack bar twice. She revenges twice, managing to survive from that defense break and healing herself a little bit.
This is why Revenge Runes are so important on Juno. I didn't mention earlier, of course, this Fang Yang pickup. New didn't actually show his Fang Yang too much today. In the end, it's ISMO that's shown the Fang Yang. And Fang Yang is good pick into Arsenal because he provides that defense break, he provides that fixed damage scaling with defense, and it looks like he's going to be really impactful on this match, actually.
Yeah, Juno has been deleted. She is out of this match. Masha skill 1 into the segment, not dealing so much damage, even though there's a defense break. I believe she missed the crit there. Monkey King revenges into the Praha. Praha has the will. She was not stunned or defense broken. Segment takes a turn into the Masha, manages to strip all the buffs. Here we go. Shizuka, your turn.
I just can't see how Shen is going to have enough damage to take down this Fang Yang. Shen doesn't really, I mean, both the Wind Monkey, the Xingqiu, and Arsenal do decent damage, but Fang Yang is usually built very tanky. I don't know if ISMO has a fast one or a tanky one. Probably a tanky one. And once this segment goes down, this Praha, the Shizuka, the support cast actually go excellently as well. Really well drafted from ISMO.
There we go. The Praha with the AoE sleep again. The Masha, the damage into the Wind Monkey King. There we go. Praha almost taking that segment out. Fang Yang goes into segment. Segment is out. Monkey King failing to defense break that Fang Yang.
I do feel like today ISMO has shown Catch how to deal with a draft like Shen's. Single target is the way forward. Catch relied on those AoE units, whereas ISMO is bringing things like Masha, like Dominate, that do much better. Also assisted by a support cast that actually synergizes really well. Praha synergizes incredibly well with Masha, and Shizuka is just good with everything. Really nice selections and pickup from ISMO, as you of course would expect from a past world finalist.
There we go. This Artamail, even though he is stripping on every single counter attack, is it going to be enough to put pressure on ISMO? But ISMO in a comfortable position with all of his 4 units with huge buffs. Here we go. Shen quits the match. ISMO takes the win with